Hello, Silver Squad, and welcome back to the truck for one of our updates, recaps, whatever you want to call it from the truck. If you're new to the channel, I usually have a sofa. I mean, I swear, I really do. But these are like my quick updates that I've been doing to cover trials that we're watching on live streaming and just like the quickest way to get them up. So I just do it on my phone and directly upload it. Now, that being said, so welcome to the channel. My name is Paul. Okay, so first of all, I'm in Asheville. Kind of hard to see behind me. I'm going to try to do more interesting looking things for you. But, I'm in a parking lot right now, so just work with me. I'm kind of doing the rogue internet thing. Now, what I wanted to do in this video was a couple of things. First of all, talk about the upcoming week. You'll be watching this Monday morning probably. I want to talk very quickly about two different things. Number one, some of the interviews that y'all have sent me and asked me my opinion on, as well as talking about how we're going to be doing streaming this week, because there's two different things we're going to be covering as best as possible. That is Lori Daybell and Karen Reed. So first of all, let's discuss Lori Daybell. Monday will be closing arguments. We will be streaming that as normal. So just check back on the podcast channel or the links and my community page on my other channel, the main channel here that you're watching this from. That'll be at like 2 o'clock Eastern time. Now, I'm going to focus on 3 different interviews that y'all have sent me. I'm kind of making my way through them. The first one was Kay and her siblings, Kay Woodcock, talking to Justin Lum. Obviously, this was major, right? Sorry, I just hit my little microphone. Now, I have my computer behind me that I'll be reading from, so I'll kind of be, moving over there and whatnot. So I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. I am trying to make direct eye contact with y'all. Hello. ASMR. Okay, now, Kay speaks to Justin, wanted to avoid Idaho, speaking about it for obvious reasons. And I give her a lot of credit for many things. If you follow me for a while, you'll know that I, just always am just very admirable of Kay, Larry, of the family members who have made it through and done this tough job of testifying to bring justice for all the victims and their surviving victims as well. So for her to not have to really watch what you're saying, because she's up here face to face with a person who unalived her grandchildren, her brother, and so many others, right? So the restraint is next level. Okay, so she says that she thinks Lori shot Charles once he was down. And I was like, you know what? I never thought about that. I thought that the case was evil enough and the people involved, meaning obviously Lori, Chad, whatnot. And I was like, you know what? I could see that happening, sadly, and I could see her standing over that poor man. And the last thing he'd be thinking is, number one, oh my gosh, I was right. And then number two, I can't believe, even in that moment of, this is what I was afraid was going to happen, you still don't want to think that the woman you married, in this case, whatever it might be for your situation, but in Charles's case, the woman I married, I'm spending my life with, whatever, is standing over me with a gun. You wouldn't want to think that about anybody, right? But anyways, that was like, whoa to me. Okay, so she talks about how Lori's family kind of followed her around, moved wherever she would go, and almost like she was a little leader of them, talking about the mom and stuff like that. And I thought that was very interesting. I haven't gotten in depth with the family podcast. Now, Colby's I've watched and whatnot, but I'm talking about and I can't even think, maybe Adam's podcast and her uncle, people like that. I haven't gone in depth to that. So if you've watched that, and if you're like, oh yeah, Paul, the family, I'm interested in that. And if you can point me in the direction where I can get more intel on that by watching, whether it's, Silver Linings or whatever it's called, let me know in the comment section. Now, she says that she was told that Lori was shaking when she was up there questioning her or whatnot. Don't blame her. I would be scared too if I was Lori, 100%, as you should be. She said that Lori coming back to Houston after 70-some days was a total money grab for Lori. Absolutely believe it. Again, with this case, what we've learned is what? Follow the money. Okay, she says that Charles told Kay Lori was sending Chad videos of her dancing, and Kay was like, she's cheating or getting ready to cheat. Okay, so that was total cringe binge when Kay was like, I guess he had some room with mirrors and Lori was sending videos to him. I mean, come on. You already know. Don't even have to get proof of what the videos look like. And I think Kay said she's never seen them. She's just heard of them. You already know. You already know the level of cringe. And Chad was over there like a dog in the middle of the summer at a water bowl at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Arizona heat, just lapping it up. Lapping it up. Oh, makes me, oh my, I can't, If you've watched some of Julie Rose Pure Cringe, I imagine it's something like that. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't look it up. Don't look it up, okay? Because you will literally be coming to me talking about what's that kind of lawsuit you do when you've like been hurt on the job or collateral damage or something like that. Like I don't know. So you'll be wanting some kind of compensation. Is what I'm getting at. Don't look it up, okay? Okay, so let's see. Feels like people have to wonder. Feels like people have to wonder about the other victims and where they are. I can't remember why I put that down there. So we'll just move on. She said that the jury is. Oh no, I'm sorry. I remember now. Yes, she feels like at this point in time, depending on when you're watching this, they have to be wondering, the jury, like, well, where's Alex? Where's Tylee? Where's JJ? Where are all that? Where's Tammy? Where are all these people? They have to be wondering it. Have to be. Okay, and I totally agree with her. Jury is hard to read, not many taking notes. That would drive me crazy, but it is what it is. I feel like the jury, from their questions, they already know the tea, right? Thinks Lori thinks she has an advantage with the male jury. Maybe oh, I love this part. These are the little like things that I love about Kay. Again, I don't know her, so I'm not trying to be creepy there. And if Kay's watching this, I don't want to be like, who is this dude talking about he loves me? Not, not in an inappropriate way, but you know what I'm saying? Like I just love these like qualities that she does. She's very classy. She is very just that. And so when she does these little things with Lori, she just doesn't, and like, and I don't know if I think Kate says she lives in Louisiana. I'm not sure if she's a Southerner, but to me, what I associate with where I grew up at and like my memory of stuff of like classy Southern ladies that know how to read you, and like 15 minutes after they read you, you're like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's what Kate is like to me. Like 2 days later, the read hits you, and you're just like, hold on now. It's like, honey, they've already torn you down 2 ways to Tuesday. There ain't no comeback, right? Ain't no comeback. She's already read you up one side and down the next. But anyways, so when Kay said about the male jury and stuff like that, she was like, well, that might have worked for Lori 10 years ago, but she's kind of past her peak. And I'm not trying to be petty. I'm not trying to be anything. And yes, obviously I have a bias. I'm getting old too, right? Whatever. But I think that is a whole thing with Lori where she utilizes that and thinks that she has power with that. And it's like, girl, it's very clear now what you're doing. And I don't think that's going to work for you. And also, I think the jury, even if all men, they know crazy, right? A lot of dudes, and I hear a lot of people say this in the comment section, where they're just like, a lot of men have dated, like they have a Lori in their past and they recognize it after that. And they're like, oh no. And she has shown so many signs in the stand, right? Okay, now let's keep going. Okay, let's see. So that she says that she has no idea who Lori is anymore. She's a total stranger. Now, those are all the notes that I made from that. Now, the next one I did was Larry speaks to Nate. So Larry Woodcock. This is obviously Kay Woodcock's husband. And I'm just going to scroll down a minute. Please hold. Please hold. Call is important. Please hold. Okay. So he says that they're raising two grandkids. They're finishing a remodel of the house. They're trying to get back in there. So basically, these are the reasons why he was not able to come to this trial, right? He was basically at home holding it down. Kay had to come do her thing. He says he's not surprised about Lori. He feels like that Lori knows she can't defend herself. He says he thinks this is showboating at this point and wants the world to think that she's not an unaliver. 100% agree. 100% agree. This is attention. This is a safe face. This is a narcissistic situation. He says that regardless, she's never going to walk out of prison alive, and that is a good condolence, or I don't know if that's the right word, but like concession. Like, no matter what happens, she ain't going nowhere, right? She's not, because she is a danger to society at this point. He said that Kay's been waiting 6 years to confront Lori. He says Kay was going to try he says Lori, oh no, I'm sorry. He says Lori wasn't going to try to provoke Kay, like she knew better. And I agree. And I think that was proven where Lori was shaky and how much she was like, okay, well, we've asked enough questions. He says that he thinks Lori has changed over the years. She didn't used to be aggressive in conversation, and she's talked about her religion, but not like now. And we hear this from, everybody, just like we talked about Kay a second ago with saying I don't know Lori anymore, right? I mean, these signs were there, but you're dealing with a whole new something or other. Okay, then he says, what surprised him was her flirtatious ways and recent interviews. And so all these interviews, this media blitz she's been doing, right? I mean, again, this is why we're making commentary on the fact that there's 10 male or however many male jurors and whatnot, because it seems to be a thing, okay? Now, let's scroll down here. Please continue to hold. Call is important. Okay, says it was surreal. Says he told himself this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on Colby now. Okay, so I listened to one with Colby. Pardon me for a second. Pardon me, I'm sorry, y'all. So I listened to one with Colby Ryan. Colby Ryan is Lori's son. And he says that it was surreal. He told himself this wasn't my mother anymore. And that essentially he needed to learn that. And I'm sure that was a thing, because we sit here and we've seen Lori, and I'm talking about people like me who have never met her, didn't know her, and whatnot, just in this bubble of this. But this was someone's sister. This was someone's mother. This was someone's wife. You know what I'm saying? She's had many different lives. And so for a child to know from the start to finish, that has to be insanely traumatic and such a mind-boggling process of peeling the layers back to this of that's not mom. That's Lori Daybell. And I don't know this person. I can't imagine. He says watching Lori cross Adam, her brother, his uncle, the hostility, the bad attitude, the whole 9 yards, which is whatever. He was like, she's a bad question asker. I mean, I think we've seen that, right? He said that when they made eye contact, she only gave him like a droopy smile. And I'm sure that it's like looking at the shell of your mother, right? Like he said, that's not my mother. He said that Kay had a right to talk to her that way, and he thinks Kay did a good job. Colby says that she was shaking and nervous when she questioned Kay, and says that he's detached from his mom completely. And I think that's all that I have up here. So those are the 3 ones that I've watched so far. And I think that was his video of Today Was Hard or something like that. I can't remember. It was like a 30-minute video, but it was just some of his thoughts on it. And again, I want to commend all of these surviving family members in this who have helped to bring justice and tell the stories and have shown up in court. I can't imagine doing what they're doing. I can't imagine suffering through the loss that they have and recalibrating my entire world and my entire life. I don't know how you go forward being like, my mom took my sister and brother's life, or my uncle, or my brother, or all the family roles that these victims played and whatnot. And that's one of my attractions to true crime. If you follow me, I say this often, is, number one, the psychology of the many levels, right? Not only the offenders, but the surviving victims, like these people I'm talking about, how they go on, what they do, how they are able to go back to sleep at nighttime and wake up and make it happen day in, day out and whatnot. And especially Larry and Kay at the age that they are. And I'm not trying to be, say anything about that or whatever, but I just am like Larry was saying, like, we have grandkids. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Nobody's thinking in your golden years, we'll call them, that we're going to have to be in the stand talking about, we're doing a timeline of how my brother was unalived by this woman. And she's trying to get snappy with me now. Nobody should have to do that. Or Colby talking about, I'm going to have to be in a stand, not in this one, but other trials, whatever, with and a thing against my mother and her lover chat. No one should have to do that, right? And obviously nobody should lose their lives in the way that they did in this case. So my hat's off to all of them. Now, that being said, let's do a little quick recap of the week here. We are going to be streaming Lori Daybell Monday. She's doing closing statements. I would like to say that we'll have a verdict by the end of the day, but you never know. Here's the tricky thing, y'all. Now, I'm sorry, I'm dying for water, but I'm not going to stop the video and do that because I'm not going to edit this. So just bear with me here for one more minute. So Karen Reed opening statements are Tuesday. Now, I want to follow this trial too, and I'm going to say this. This is a very divisive trial, but I have gone behind the scenes semi-recently, last month or so, been watching this. And from a legal standpoint, I am dying to see how this second trial goes. So I'm hoping that we can have, and when I see a safe space, not the vitriol that I see in other comment sections and live chats over Karen Reed, right? I hope we can get through it, but at minimum, I want to watch the opening statements. Now, I'll say this also. From what I understand, Lori Daybell, when they get a verdict, it will be an hour. So pretend that we're streaming Karen Reed opening statements on Tuesday, talking about when we're going to get a verdict, and then they give it. I will already have a live chat set up to switch over to that. Daybell is my priority. So that being said, perfect world, we get a verdict on Daybell Monday. We can watch Tuesday morning, the opening statements of Karen Reed and go from there. So that is it. I appreciate you hanging out with me in the truck, in this parking lot. You can still see damage here in Asheville. Like over here, the trees are torn up and stuff like that. I'm actually staying in one of the worst hit spots from what I understand. Riding in here, you still see really, really sad stuff, really, really bad stuff. It's unworldly. My heart goes out to the residents here. It's I'm honestly speechless at what I see here still, but also at how much has been done as well, right? So to see the community come together and whatnot, that's amazing. But it's just when you see natural devastation like this, there's really nothing, words don't, you can't say anything about it. So anyways, that's it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Okay, I do appreciate you watching. I do love you, and I will see y'all soon for the next little truck update or in front of the sofa. Also, I love you all, and I will see you later. Bye.